Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today we're taking a closer look on the new weapon Shattered Grounds that is dropping from the latest quest line related to Vault 63. It's a guaranteed drop from the quest line, so everyone can get it, and this is a good opportunity to talk about Junkies legendary effect, as that's what it comes from. 50% extra damage if you have at least 5 addiction side effects active. Junkies 2024, still worth it or not? We'll discuss. Second star, bullets explode for 20% weapon damage, and lastly, weightless. I have it modified, so armor penetration from the receiver, damage to scorched. I have as well anti-armor Handmade for a comparison, not exactly the same, but for a comparison I have anti-armor Handmade. And yeah, it comes with a unique paint that you can probably already notice. About its modifications, as usual for the Handmade, I'm running full health build, so I'm using Prime Automatic Receiver for the best performance. It comes with the Tweaked installed, and Tweaked is the best option if you crit every second shot. But Junkies is usually a full health build, and without extra critical recharge on the third star, it's quite hard to achieve a critical every other shot, so I'm using Prime Automatic Receiver. Other option, Powerful Automatic Receiver, almost as good, with exception no bonus versus Scorch. There is no hidden effect on this Handmade, unfortunately. If that would go with double ammo, we could really use double ammo, but it does not. To minimize the AP cost, I have Aligned Long Barra, Forceful Stock, and Reflex Sight installed. Of course, Suppressor for stealth. Perforating Magazine increases the AP cost significantly, but I wanted to give it the best possible damage for this showcase. You could consider running with Swift, way less AP cost, or Quick, even less AP cost, but the trade-off, no armor penetration, so quite significant trade-off for this weapon. Now, how does it perform? How is the Junkies effect? To achieve the damage bonus, I applied the most mild addiction that I could get. So, buff out, -1 endurance, -1 strength. Then, Daddy O, -1 intelligence, -1 perception. Fury, -1 perception, -1 strength. Mentats, -1 charisma. And lastly, Psycho, -10 damage resist, -1 strength. So the most mild for the commando build as I could get. It's still quite a significant penalty, all of this together, running all the time. So you are trading out some stuff. Now, how does it perform? Let's shoot some super mutants first, and then some Scourge Beasts. For the purpose of this showcase, I slightly modified my prototype Lazy Commando that is almost ready, by the way. This is modified version, so I have Demo Expert for maximum damage equipped in here. 5 addictions added, as I just showed. So the best case scenario for this Handmade. And we want level 100 super mutants, so I'm gonna ignore those. So how does it perform? Can it kill them? It absolutely can. Handmade is still a really good weapon. Is it as good as a Fixer? No. It's unfortunately slightly lower DPS than the Fixer can offer. I did unequip Grenadier, so I have small explosions from this explosive effect. As small as I can get them, they're still a little bit blinding if you are close to the enemies. Now, what are other options than Junkies? That's what I want to discuss. The other option will be Aristocrats. Exactly the same bonus, but all you need to do is carry 30k caps on you for full bonus, if that would be Aristocrats. There is way more universal option, which is not this weapon. Anti-armor. I have one with weapon speed on top instead of exploding bullets. And I prefer weapon speed or VAS related effects on the second star. I don't like explosive. I will say why in a moment when we go into Scourge Beast firing. Now, how this perform? It's slightly higher damage. I was testing that, and I can show you in here as well. If I would go for a headshot, 3, that's 3 shot. The third shot doesn't even need to be a headshot. Then shatter ground, hit 1, hit 2, hit 3. Okay, that was a lucky one that put it down, but you were able to see less damage than anti-armor. The main reason anti-armor is performing so good, maybe temporary or permanent, but anti-armor effect and magazine effect add up together to total of 90%. Other effects, like from your perks, do not add up. They are multiplying, so that's different. Now they do add up. One of the side effects of having explosive, the risk of detection is higher, as not because of loudness. It doesn't really matter how loud the weapon is for your ears, for the game perspective. Enemies do not hear the same way as we are, but explosions from explosive legendary effect trigger a detection check again after bullet impact. So there is one detection check when bullet impacts, second detection check when explosion impacts the enemy. And damage addition from this explosion? Very little. Unfortunately, very little. Now, about Scourge Beasts. So I'm using this video as an opportunity about issue of those prefixes and explosive effects, what's holding them down, why those are not great. So Junkies can be easily replaced with a better effect without the downside. That's probably the biggest one. Now, about the explosions. They not only blinding and a little bit annoying and stealth effect, but as well, quite often, as you can see now, they can interfere with damage registration. And basically, most of the damage I tried to deal to this Scourge Beast was dropped by the server. It's not happening as often, if at all, if you do have something without explosive effect. So basically the damage, you may think that I'm doing very low damage. It's not it. The damage is good, but it's not being registered. Now you can see the damage goes up because the server decided to register the damage that I'm doing. Even though I was in danger, so not even in stealth, as this one Scourge was sneaking at me. So that's the problem with explosive effect added on top. In my opinion, explosive or VATS on VATS related weapons is a negative and not positive. What the explosive effect is positive for, it's tagging. Like on the event, you fire everywhere, you can tag a lot. If you do run with Grenadier, I will temporarily equip it in here. Grenadier, explosions are way bigger. If you are on the event, just care about getting a tag to get experience from all enemies. That's what it's good for. Damage part, most often it will reduce your damage, then increase it. Which, as you can tell, is a problem. You don't want to reduce your damage, you want to increase it. And I swapped the wrong perk. Okay, fix. That's supposed to be rank 2. Now to visualize it better, we'll kill another Scourge Beast, this time anti-armor weapon speed. Weapon speed already can affect the damage registration. The higher your damage, the higher your fire rate is, the harder it is for the server to keep up and register correctly every single shot. But it's better to have extra weapon speed than explosions. Explosions seems to be significantly worse than anything else for servers. Different fissure site. Still handmade. This time anti-armor, weapon speed. Going smoothly with regular Scourge. Let's attract the Scourge Beast so she fly over in here. Oh, she's flying over. Let's see if the damage will be willing to register. So you can see way better. Some of the bullets were dropped and not registered. By way better. I didn't struggle as much as with Junkies explosive. Some damage still dropped. If you are on the private server, you will not experience that. Every damage will register correctly. On adventure servers, based on how busy server is in the moment, it will either register fine or not. So this is the state of Junkies and explosive legendary effect in 2024. I do not recommend. This is a fun starter handmade for someone that doesn't have anything better, but generally it's a no. It's a no in 2024. One of the weakest offerings from new weapon named Legendaries from the latest map expansion, unfortunately. I wish I could say something better about it. Handmade itself still goes strong. Junkies Explosive in particular, no. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.